Sweetheart, for expense accounts. Aren't you being extravagant?
Max is paying for it. He and Lloyd had a terrific growth, but Lloyd insisted. Well, could I get you a drink?
Also with the reluctant compliments of Max Fabian?
Lloyd. See, I never have any, but he likes to have a couple after they finish, so he said so what?
Nothing for me now. Lloyd must be expecting a record run in New Haven.
That's for tonight, and you're invited. We're having everyone up after the performance.
We are?
Lloyd and I.
You know, I find it a bit odd that Karen isn't here for the opening.
Addison.
Don't you?
Addison.
After all, she's been so fanatically devoted to Lloyd, you would think that only death or destruction could keep her from attending the opening.
Addison, just a few minutes ago, when I told you that this would be a night to remember, that it would bring me everything that I wanted,
Yeah, something about an old road ending and a new one starting, paved with stars.
I didn't mean just a theater.
What else?
Lloyd Richards. He's going to leave Karen. We're going to be married.
So that's it. Lloyd. Still just a theater after all.
It's nothing of the kind. Lloyd loves me, and I love him.
I know nothing about Lloyd and his loves. I leave those to Louisa May Alcott. But I do know you.
I'm in love with Lloyd.
Lloyd Richards is commercially the most successful playwright in America.
You have no right saying such
And
things.
artistically the most promising. Dear, this is Addison.
Addison, would it be just perfect? I mean, Lloyd and I, there is no telling how far we can go. I mean, he'll write great plays for me. I'll make them great. You're the only one I've told. The only one who knows except Lloyd and me.
And Karen.
She doesn't know.
She knows enough not to be here.
But not all of it. Not that Lloyd and I are going to be married.
I see. And when was this unholy alliance joined?
The night before last, before we came up here.
And was the setting properly romantic? With lights on dimmers? And gypsy violins playing off stage?
The setting wasn't romantic, but Lloyd was. He woke me up at 3 o'clock in the morning, banging on my door. He said he couldn't sleep. He just left Karen. He said he couldn't go on with the play or anything else unless I promised to marry him. So we sat and talked until it was light out. He never went home.
You sat and talked until it was light.
We sat and talked, Addison. Now I want to run the play contract.
There never has, and there will never be another one like you.
Well, say something. Anything. Congratulations. School. Good work, Eve.
What do you take me for?
I don't know if I take you for anything.
Is it possible, even conceivable, that you've confused me with that gang of backward kids that you've been playing tricks on? That you have the same contempt for me as you have for them?
I'm sure you mean something by that, but I just don't know what.
Look at me, Eve. It's time you did. I'm Addison DeWitt, and I'm nobody's fool. Least of all, yours.
I never intended you to be.
Yes, you did, and you still do.
Addison, I still don't know what you're trying to say, but right now I'd like to take my nap. It's really important that right now,
It's important that we talk killer to killer.
champion to champion.
Not with me, you're no champion. You're one of a kind. And you're still not a champion.
Listen, I'm still not sure what you're trying to say. Will you please say what you have to say plainly and distinctly and then get out so I can take my nap?
Very well, plainly and distinctly, although I don't consider it necessary, since you know as well as I do what I'm about to say. Lloyd may leave Karen, but he's not going to leave Karen for you.
What do you mean by that?
More plainly, more distinctly, I have not come to New Haven to see the play, to discuss your dreams, to pull the ivy off the walls of Yale. I've come to let you know that you will not marry Lloyd, nor will anyone else for that matter. I will not permit it.
What have you got to do with it?
Everything. After tonight, you will be mine.
I will be yours. I can't believe my ears.
A dull cliche.
I will be yours. I mean, this sounds so medieval, something like out of a melodrama.
I don't like putting it so bluntly. Somehow I thought you would have known that you would have known that you and I
would have known that you and I what?
remember, for the rest of your life, never laugh at me. You can laugh at anything or anyone else, never at me.
Get out!
You're too short for that gesture, and besides, it went out with Mrs. Fisk.
If you're not going to get out, I'll have you thrown out.
Don't you pick it up. Don't even put your hands on it. Something told you to do as I say, didn't it? That instinct is worth millions. You can't buy it. Cherish it, Eve. When that alarm goes off, run to your battle station. Your name isn't Eve Harrington. It's Gertrude Zielinski.
What of it?
It's true your parents were poor, and they still are. And they're wondering how you are and where. They haven't heard from you in 3 years.
What of it?
Matter of opinion, granted. It's also true that you worked in a brewery. But life in a brewery wasn't as dull as you pictured it. As a matter of fact, it got less and less dull until your boss's wife had you followed by detectives.
She never proved a thing. Not a thing.
But that $5,000 you got to get out of town brought you straight to New York, didn't it? That $5,000 brought you straight to New York, didn't it?
She was a liar. She was a liar.
Answer my question. Weren't you paid to get out of town? There was no Eddie. There was no pilot. And you were never married. San Francisco has no Schubert Theater. You were never in San Francisco. That was not only, that was a stupid lie, easy to expose and unworthy of you.
I had to get in. I had to meet Margot. I had to say something to make her like me, to be somebody.
She did like you. She helped you and trusted you. And how'd you pay her back? By trying to take Bill away.
That's not true.
I was there. I saw you and I heard you through the dressing room door. You used my name and my column to blackmail Karen into giving you the part of Cora. And then you lied to me about it.
No.
I had lunch with Karen not 3 hours ago. And like any woman trying to find out things, she told me more than she learned. Would you like to change your story about Lloyd beating on your door the other night?
Please.
That I should even want you at all strikes me as the height of improbability. But then you're an improbable woman, Eve. We have that in common. Also, a contempt for humanity, an inability to love and to be loved, an insatiable ambition and talent. We deserve each other. Are you listening to me? Then say so.
Yes, Alice.
Then you realize and agree how completely you belong to me.
Yes, Addison.
Good. You go take your nap now, and good luck for tonight's show.
I couldn't play tonight. I couldn't go on. Not possible.
Couldn't go on. You'll give the performance of your life.